Joshiebear plays Minecraft.
What is going on, everyone? It is Joshiebear, and we are playing the Minecraft. Welcome to this. What is this? The 10th episode? Is this the 10th episode? I'm not sure. Hold on. We're going to check. We're just going to pause right here and check. Yes, it is the 10th episode. But yes, welcome. We have a project that I've actually already gotten started before we got into this today. And we're going to be doing a lot of the decoration for this project. And as you can see, there's some things in the world that weren't there before, and you'll see why in just a moment. But we just got our farms all up in producing, so we could set ourselves up for some nice villager trading, and that's what we're going to work on today. That's right, villager trading. You can see that I've done a little bit of work so far to get down into our storage area. But what is this? There's a villager. That's right. So we're going to get our villagers in place today. But before we get started in that, there's one little thing that I want to kind of go over here, and it's this, like, just randomly placed minecart thing. So villager trading is kind of the key to making sure that you have the best of the best things in your world. And you can get emeralds, you get food, you get, mending books and enchanted books for all of your tools and armor. But it really is only efficient or cost effective if you invest a little bit of time in the beginning to get those prices down. And getting the prices down involves a little bit of forceful negotiation. And that's where this seemingly unplanned set of rails come into play. So this right here goes all the way to our villager breeder and brings our villagers in. This, my friends, is a not very compact zombification station. And this is our main ingredient. So it's not a very elegant solution, but it is the solution that I came up with in my creative testing world. I could do this a lot more compactly. I could do this a lot more visually appealing, but I don't need it to be either. What I need it to do is zombify villagers so I can cure them and get their prices down. And I'm not really sure how long it's going to stay here, because I don't know how many villagers I really actually need down here. But as you can see, it definitely worked on this guy. And look, I mean, he's somewhat happy in his efficiency apartment. I mean, it's all good, right? Right? So we're going to work on getting a few more villagers in here today. We're going to get some farmers in here. We may actually use our mending villager and our farmer up here as some test subjects. Just to, I guess, proof of concept. I mean, this guy is proof of concept, but even further proof of concept. If we really need that, do we need that? Then I think once we get a few more villagers in here, we're going to work on the look of this place. And we can talk about that a little bit later, but I think I want to start getting some villagers down here and really start to ramp up this trading operation. The first thing I need to do, though, and I've got a few things sitting over here, I need to get some potions brewed. Now, I did end up going to the Nether for a little bit to try to get me some blaze rods, as you can see. That was a fun adventure that I didn't record. I almost got murdered by a bunch of zombified piglins because I hit one with a bow. But yeah, I need to go get my crafting table wherever I put that. Get some glass bottles, and I'll take you through how this works. Like, you couldn't figure out how this works, but it's fun to show you. So obviously, for a villager breeder to work, we have to have some way to get them there. And as you can see, this cobblestone monstrosity here, that is the tunnel that you saw under the river. But this rail system goes all the way back over to our villager breeder. And actually, this part here kind of cuts through the area where the actual breeder is. Now, I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to get the villagers to actually travel the whole way there, but to my surprise, this They don't need really any help getting to their location. So all we do is we basically do what we did with the iron farm, only these guys are going to go underground into that ravine over there. And yeah, it's as easy as a button press. I'll see you down there. Bye. All right, here we are back down under the ground in a ravine, and our villager is safe and sound. Now, here's what we need to do. We first need to make whatever workstation it is that we're gonna give this guy. And since we're doing farmers right now, he has to be a farmer. So we just set it down here, just like that. See if he takes this job. Hey, take the job. Why are you not taking this job? Take this job. Do I really need to block your vision off here? What are you tracking to? Of course, now we're gonna... there you go. What? Okay, wheat and carrots? No thanks. Alright, so it looks like he finally took that job. It just took him a little bit to take it. Are we gonna have this issue again? I certainly hope not. Okay, now he's taking a job. Alright, carrots and potatoes. We'll give you those carrots and potatoes. Now, I should have this stuff already ready for me, but, you know, that's how this works. So we just need to trade with him once to get him to lock in that job. And it really doesn't matter what the prices are. I mean, we're going to be taking care of that anyway. But we'll go ahead and trade with you. That's going to lock in those prices, right? So we can now take away your thing. And he goes on to the next area. Now, last time I did this went much, much more quickly. But once he's over here, just make sure that we have everything we need. We got a splash potion of weakness. Get ourselves some golden apples here. And then we just press this button. And our villager goes right in front of our zombie friend. Eventually, that zombie will start attacking our friend. He's ready to go, so we move him right back over. And then splash and cure. Now, while I wait for that guy to cure, I can go ahead and put my rails in there. So that way we can get him over here once we're ready. But this is probably going to take a few tries. So what I'm going to do is I am going to let him cure, zombify him a couple times till we get our prices down to something that we really want. I don't know that I want everything, one for one. I don't need it there. But if we can cut these prices down to maybe a third or a fourth of what they are, I think we're in good shape. So yeah, the grind begins, my friend. All right, so our new farmer friend has been zombified a couple times and is ready, I think, for us to trade with. I think that's good enough. So what we do now is, as long as I remember to do this, we switch that so that way he's going to go all the way over here and he's going to go into his new home. Just the same way he went over to the zombie, press the button. Now for that I had to put in a few powered rails because they were getting caught on those turns, but he slides in there just right. I can go ahead and take that out. And I can come down here, grab that rail. We'll turn our hitboxes on so that way we don't... Oh, we just hit him. Although that didn't really affect him all that much. Huh. Okay. Well, fine. Put his composter down. And we are good to go. Now we can trade with this farmer as much as we want. And I can sneak down in here. Now I haven't decided if I want to keep these slabs here. Because really all they're doing is preventing the farmer from getting into one of these two spots when I take him out of the minecart. Other than that, I mean, the area is going to be lit up well enough to where we shouldn't have to worry about any of that. And it does make it a lot easier to come in here and get the XP. Let me turn that off here a little bit. But that is really all that we need to do. It's really more of a waiting game for the villager to cure, rezombify, cure, and all of that. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get these two villagers down into the zombification area and let them get zombified a little bit before we bring anybody else down here. But with 3 farmers and the mending villager, I think we should be in pretty good shape for now as far as emeralds go. I am kind of short on resources for the golden apples at this point. I can get spider eyes maybe, but it's really the gold apples that are going to be the expensive part of this. But while I'm doing that, I am working a little bit on the walkway that we're going to have in here, and this is kind of what it's going to look like. I will have some things around the edges that kind of hanging down, probably some fences to put on the edge of the slabs here, or maybe even connect them to the stony part of everything, just so it looks like it has a little bit of structure. I might also do this on the sides to make it a little bit more full. Oh, I lost that one. Just because it looks a little bit weird with that half block gap there. So we may end up filling that in so that way we can give it just a little bit more structure. But it's going to follow the shape of the cavern itself. I think here it'd be fine to have that half block gap. But along the edges, we'll go ahead and do that full block if we can. Yeah, throw one in there. But this is really what it's going to be like. I will mix in some other block types just like I did with there. We stairway down just to give it a little bit of variety. What is that even a word? Variety. And we'll start getting some more villagers zombified while we do that. And just like that, we have ourselves a small money-making operation. So this is the first farmer we had down here. This was the one that we did on camera together. This guy used to live up there, and very similar traits to the rest of them. I did get myself one final farmer here who does have a beetroot trade for me. The rest of the trades are pretty much the same. Get some more potatoes because we'll probably have a lot of potatoes to trade throughout. But as you can see, just getting these guys leveled up. Yeah, I got all of that. And one other thing that I want to show you here as far as our villagers go. Yeah, our mending guy's still up here. He's all alone now, as you can see. But look at these trades. Mending, yeah. Now, it was at 3, and then it was up to 4, but I did a lot of trading with him here recently, so we're down to 1. 1 emerald and a book for mending. And for Luck of the Sea, we also have thorns and knockback 2. So, I mean, he's not awful, but it's this mending trade that we really want to pay attention to. And bookshelves are also a great money-making turnaround because he's given us 1 for 1. We get 3. So we're going to make an emerald off of each bookshelf we buy. So a little bit of a sneakery there, but we've got all of the villagers, at least that we can take care of for now. I am a little low on gold and golden apples. So we're going to stop, at least with the villager persuasion today, because this should be more than plenty for us to get experience and food, because we can stop living off steak, actually, and start living on golden carrots at this point. But we need to get to the decoration. And as you can see, I've been a little busy while waiting for these guys to cure. And kind of got the start of what I'm thinking in here. Now, this is more of the structural part. This fence, I mean, it doesn't really do much structurally. I mean, it's Minecraft. gravity doesn't apply for most things. But we want to give it a little bit of, I guess, a little bit of connection to the environment. And like, you're not going to see just wood planks, right? So you want to make sure that it has some kind of anchor into the surrounding. And that's kind of what I'm using the spruce fence for. I don't think I'll make it any higher than that. That'll be enough of a guardrail to where we can just kind of walk around here. Even if we step on the other fences, well, we might be able to. Yeah, we can't even jump on the other fences. So I think we're good as far as that goes. Well, maybe we can. Let me get out here. Oh, yeah. I might need to make those just a little bit taller then. But I don't really see myself jumping along the fences, so I think we'll leave it alone. So I think what we need to do is continue the floor a little bit. I need to go get some more. Actually, I just got some more spruce, so we should have enough spruce to at least finish out the fencing. I don't know how far this way we're going to go with it because our stairs only come in there. And I think anything back here is just going to be just because it makes me feel good. But I definitely want to continue it off this way. I'm trying to decide what I want to do here. So, I mean, this will come together pretty easily, I think. But it's this area here. So if we look at it, like, we're going to be a little cramped once we start to get a few more villagers in here. I've got enough space for 3 more. I'll probably put a 4th one, like, right here. So we'd have 8 farmers, right? If we do it this way. And of course now I'm going to have to do the entire thing because Let's kind of show you how that. Okay. So if we have a fourth guy in there, right? That's 8 farmers. That's more than enough farmers for us to do what we need to do. But once we start getting over here, this gets a little cramped, and I'm almost wondering if it's going to be beneficial to kind of make a long hallway here. I know I was, trying to keep it all out in the open, but the more I look at it now, what we could end up doing is starting to set a few sections back a block. So if we kind of came out there, and then this section went back 2 blocks, maybe, from the edge, or from where we are. And we can start to actually put together some more in here. I'm trying to decide how I want to do that, because we could just make like a long hallway that kind of centers up with this. And have like our librarians and our armorers and things like that down that hallway. I don't know what I want to do yet. Now, the more I think about it, the more I feel like that is the way that we should go. Not because I just want to make a decision, but I'm thinking about, okay, what is this place really? It's a bit of an underground lair for some villagers who don't want to live on the surface. They've shunned society. They don't like any of this stuff. They want all of this stuff. They like this, right? So it makes sense that they're going to have some hallways, some networked tunnels, and I mean, with as long as they've probably spent down here to get all of this stuff in here, they've probably refined some of their tunnels. So I think I will do that. Now, this part of the build, I guess, would be something that we would work on over time, because I don't have the resources to. I mean, I have the villagers, absolutely, but I'm not going to have the resources to be able to just fill all of that space in right away with villagers that have been zombified and cured. So I think what we could do is at least make sure that we understand what the plan is, so that way when we are ready for that, we can go ahead and get started. Now, the other thing I want to think about here is like additional detail kind of decorations. I don't think we need a whole lot more fence other than just to finish off this part. I heard a skeleton. It must be nighttime. But yeah, the fence, I think we just need to put the fencing up on this level here. But other than that, I'm looking at probably some leaves, some glowberries, And then on this side, I think I'm actually going to get some moss blocks and moss out some of this. And then what we'll do is we might put like a little barrier on this side. Just either that, or we'll overgrow it with some stone and some moss, things like that, just to give it a little bit of color, a little bit of a life down here. Yes, I understand. They want to live underground, but they need a little bit of vegetation. I mean, come on, they're beings. They probably eat meat and leaves. I mean, is that what you do? I mean, you sell me golden carrots, but I think it'll give it a nice feel, and it kind of adds to the lore that I'm starting to develop here. Like, they live underground. They picked this spot. Why? Not because it was a cavern, but because there was a nice lush area that they could use to grow their crops and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some more spruce fences put together, and it looks like it is nighttime. I'm gonna sleep first, I think, and then I'll get some spruce fences. I'll go grab my glowberries and stuff, and we'll kind of keep you updated as we go along. All right, we have been busy. And I think I'm ready to show you what we've got so far. Now, I didn't plan on getting as much done as I did while we were away, but come take a look at this. We've got ourselves quite a little area. Yeah, this is turning out a lot like what I had envisioned. I think the space down here was a little tighter than I expected, or at least in my mind, it felt like it was bigger than this. But once we started getting all the details in, I started to close it up a little bit. But you know what? I think I'm okay with that. You notice we got the moss down here along the edge. We got our nice little mossy, grassy hill beside our staircase here. We got our fences up. We even have the shell of the storage area here. I left this row of chests exposed as well. I think it looks okay. We might put something in front of those chests here later. Not sure what I want to do there yet, but kind of mirroring the same kind of build palette that we've been using. And I think I'm short a log on this side. Yep, I think I am. That's okay though. We can go fix that later. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how this is turning out so far. We're not done. We've got some work to do. Once we get all of our villagers in and we get this rail out of here, we can kind of expand this out just a little bit. But we've got our dark oak planks mixed in with some spruce planks, some spruce logs, and some stripped dark oak logs. I thought that would be a nice little mixture, and I'm not disappointed with that selection. We've got our stairs and somewhat of a support system in place for our stairs as well. I'm trying to decide if I want to strip those or not. I might end up stripping those, but for right now, I think we're looking pretty good. So I know this episode hasn't really taken us through everything step by step, and that for good reason. My thought here is that, one, you guys have seen Villager Trader hauls, not necessarily from me, but all of the content that you probably watch. If you're anything like me, you watch a lot of Minecraft content, and there's a lot of different ways to do this. This is this is the easiest way I could come up with it to make life easy on me. You guys have seen these kind of setups where you bring a villager in, you give it a job, you zombify it, you heal it. There's much more sophisticated ways to do this. Again, I was looking for ease of use and, not spending a lot of time, building things that really aren't going to be that integral to our world or the visual part of our world. So this will stay as long as it's useful, and then it'll go away. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't build something grand here that I'm only going to use for a short period of time. But I also wanted to show enough of it to where you could see, hey, even a derp like Joshiebear can do something like this. I most certainly can do that. And you probably can find a more sophisticated way to do this. I did go through a few different designs and ways to do this in my creative world. And this, it's not the most elegant, but it seemed to be the simplest way to go about it, given my setup. And it really was real. It was easy to put together, and it was easy to get going. Not only that, but our build wasn't a massive build. It was really a random build without any kind of plans. It was tight quarters. So I didn't want to waste a bunch of time with time-lapse builds, trying to use the replay mod to be like, oh, look at me, I've got the same toys that other people have. I can use it too. Although, going through here, I did kind of do some flyby footage to kind of show you some of the details. It just didn't make a lot of sense to do that kind of episode this time around. Like maybe with the Iron Farm, where it's outside, it's big, and you can see. You see me build each of those parts. This was I'm putting some slabs down, randomly placing some fences at some different lengths, bone mealing moss, and placing a few leaf blocks. That's it. That's not really something that I think that I've got to give to you to make quality content, because quite frankly, that could be very boring. But I'm hoping the end result could actually inspire you guys to do something like this for your own, or even for a different project that you're working on, where maybe you've picked a ravine like this to do your build, and this kind of gives you an idea of how you can go about that and make it look nice, make it incorporate it into the landscape a little bit. And that's kind of been what we've done with most of our builds in this world. We're not building a lot of large structures independent of the world. We're really using what the land has given us to do our builds. The exception obviously is the Iron Farm, but even then, we tried to incorporate the natural world with it to kind of give it that like, hey, we respect our world. we want to make sure that we preserve as much of it as possible and make it functional. I guess the other exception is this, but even there, we were like, hey, this is like the industrial farm for the village and all that. So I'm really enjoying taking that approach to the builds in this world, and I expect that we're going to continue to do that as we move forward. Well, it's time to leave this project behind. We have spent so much time with villagers over the last few episodes. We built the villager breeder, we did the iron farm, we did our crop farms, now we've got our villager trading started. We've got to take a break from villagers, and there are so many projects that I want to get to in this world. I want to do a mob farm, I want to sugarcane, I want to do a bamboo farm, I want to get my slime farm going. Before I do a lot of that, though, I need to go to the Nether. I need to go explore a little bit more. There's a lot that I've found without you guys that you're not even aware that I've found. So we need to go make some trips to the Nether. I'd like to get some things planned for that, including a Nether hub. But one thing that I'm finding that I'm running very short on, which is why my inventory is a mess, and why I've got chests all over the world, is storage. Now, I built myself a pretty good-sized storage area in our hidey hole, but I am quickly running out of space there. We didn't really plan a lot for bulk storage. Where did my boat go? So anyway, while it looks nice and it definitely keeps things organized, we didn't plan at all for bulk storage when it came to this. And for good reason. It wasn't intended to be the original, the only storage that we were going to have in this world. So I think it's time for us to start thinking about a little bit bigger, better storage. I'm trying to decide where I want to put that. And I don't know that I want it in here. I don't know that I want it over here. I'm almost thinking that we put it in like this hillside here. I mean, if you really think about this area, it's not being utilized for anything. It's really just a like a visual reference to, oh, hey, we're almost home. I don't want to do anything to this part of it because I really like that formation. I think it's nice to keep that natural. But we do have some room in this area here. We also have some room here, but I don't want to make it too far away from my home. So this is an option. We also have this little area back here is an option. And I'm not going to lie, the more that I think about this being our storage area, the more I like the idea. The only issue I'm going to have is where are the slime chunks that I'm going to be using. Now, there are a lot of slime chunks here. And of course, this is I'm using Mini HUD to show me all of that. But I do believe that these two slime chunks right here are the chunks that I'm actually, no. Yes, those are the two slime chunks that I'm using currently, or using for my slime farm. And as you see, there's a third one right there that I'm not even utilizing. So I think we should be okay if we put our storage over here. And that actually will allow us to connect our slime farm into here. We could actually connect our iron farm into there as well. How close are we to the iron farm? I think we're actually pretty close. Yeah, we're just over the hill from the iron farm. So if you thought we were advancing really, really quickly through our world, well, think again, because there's, again, so much for us to do at this point, and so much possibility for us in this world. I feel like this world has way more possibility to it than the last world, which is why I was so excited to get this world going, and why I'm not, not all that worried that we are advancing as quickly as we are. I mean, it is episode 10. We have villager trading. We have an iron farm. We have a villager breeder. We have automated crop farms. I would almost think that, you know what, if we could get a little bit better weaponry, get ourselves some Eyes of Ender, I'd be willing to go fight the dragon here real soon, and then we could just go ahead and play leisurely at that point. But before we end up in an endless loop of the projects that I could do, I feel like that's where this is headed. I'm going to end this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed spending this time with you and swinging my sword in the air randomly because it makes it look like there's life in the scene. If you did like this one, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, leave your comments, questions, concerns, manifestos, whatever it is that you want to leave. It's all good with me. Just make sure it's not hateful. I mean, that should be understood, right? You would think, but but that's it. I'm Joshiebear. I'm out of here. I'll see you later.